The idea with the back of the units is it's pretty easy to configure. You've got 3 individual power supplies, 1 for each unit. Power supply takes your AC power off of this power strip. Power strip is controlled by 1 switch, and as you can see, we have instant restrikes, so you can go back to the lights if you need them. You have your dimmer, which basically for this unit controls the light output. We also have this dimmer potentiometer for the flood and spot. We're basically changing the angle of dispersion. We're using spot and super spot bulbs. 1 spot, 1 super spot, 1 spot, 1 super spot, and we're dimming in between the 2. Super spot's 15-degree angles of dispersion, so it's a very narrow beam, great for the daytime games. The other LED is a spot, which is 30 degrees. So on this, we would call flood actually our spot, because it's a spot, super spot. Flood would be widest angle, spot would be narrowest angle. So spot configuration is super spot, flood configuration is spot. 30 degrees, 15 degrees. Spot configuration bulbs on now. I'm going to change to the super spots. You can see them starting to come on and the spots dropping down. So every other one is being controlled by this potentiometer. All 3 units in 1 central bracket on 1 central bail with 1 central power supply. On-off switch here. Down is on. You're seeing the light blinking several times, and what that is that's telling us what software code we're running on the power supply board inside. Remember, the dimming takes place on the power supply board. That's why you never want to plug this into a dimmer or a dimmed circuit. Always straight 110, any voltage 85 to 255 anywhere in the world. But the idea is that you're saving yourself the hassle of a dimmer pack. You're actually able to use a dimmer board and actually address each individual unit on that dimmer board. Let me show you how we do that. This is your call out. This is your DMX in and out. It doesn't matter which way you go, in or out. It'll figure it out on its own. We're using Cat 5 or Cat 6 wire. And the advantage to this is I can have them set at 0, and I'll call this unit number 1. First run in the DMX run. Number 1 means that it's going to control this unit. But in that, I'm using 1 slide dimmer on my dimmer control for the dimming of the light, and I'm using a second for the dimming between spot or flood, or in this case, spot and super spot. So by the time I go to my second unit, I would actually address this as 003, okay? And my third unit, I would actually call this unit 005. So 5, 3, 1. Again, 2 channels on the dimmer board. Otherwise, even if you have these on and they're numbered different numbers, as long as DMX not plugged into it, it won't matter. If they arrive and it says 272, you don't have to touch it. It's not going to affect anything. The remote dimmer jacks are for the use of plugging in basically one of these with a 10-foot extension. In case you can't get to it, you're not running it on a dimmer control, you have the option of being able to run it with your own handheld dimmer control. On the top of the units, these little slots are SD Wi-Fi card slots. You'll be able to actually take one of our SD Wi-Fi cards, plug it into this unit, daisy chain all these lights with Cat 5 or Cat 6 wire, and talk to this light via IP or wireless device, laptop computer, IP address to a router. So in this 3-light setup, basically what we have is 150 watts, 150 watts, 150 watts. So the whole lighting setup for the booth is taking approximately 450 watts of power. So the unit's going to arrive to you basically in this configuration as a 2x1 or a 3x1. And the idea is that we've created these joggle plates which basically lock the units together. The base plate, line all 3 of them up, lock it together. Top plate holds those 2 ends together, so you've got 1 central unit. The bail comes around, attaches with the screws. But what's really great about it is how we pack this thing up to go. What's also included in the kit is 6 bags of diffusion. And inside those, what we have is that we have our different colors of gels. We have our 1/8 correction, quarter correction, half correction, full correction of CTO. We also have 2 white diffusions, one thicker than the other. So in essence, if you wanted to add a little bit of color to your light, you basically figure out which one that you're working with. This is a 8 CTO. And if I tip this down a little bit, you'll see that there's a slide on the front where this slides in, and that takes the gel. There's no heat, so it's not going to burn. It'll last. Remove it the same way, and make sure you put it back in the bag. This case is got a handle and wheels on it. Basically, we power it off. We're going to unplug the main power supply. Take this, unloosen your bail. You don't have to worry about cooling down because they don't get hot. This drops right in place. Cable off to the side, ready to load. Obviously there will be 2 in there since there's space for it. And have the guys take it out of the truck.